morning. Today is day 94, I believe. Last night I stayed at the Port Clinton Pavilion and the town here. I was going to keep going and then just didn't really feel like going any farther, and I knew that there was going to be a bunch of people staying there and I wanted to meet some new people. I didn't get to meet too many because they all kind of went into town right when I was getting out of town, and then they came back like right when I was going to bed. So, but it was still like I kind of ran into some people and, at least know some people around here. And I was talking with them, and actually I ran into some people I've met like hundreds of miles ago, and they were talking about some other people that I know that are around here. So that was nice to know that there's like people around that I kind of know, and some of them possibly even staying in town here, so that was good. But I'm just heading back to the trail now. I think I want to do like a 22-mile day, or it's like 22 and a half. If you include this like half-mile road walk too, then it's like about 23 today to, it's like the Allentown Hiking Club shelter or something like that. There's some pretty bad comments on Far Out about this town pavilion here, so I was a little worried about staying there. That ended up being fine. I mean, obviously there was like road noise because we're right by like kind of the highway, but it wasn't too bad. I set up my tent on the grass across the way and it was totally fine. Setting up on grass, the tent's always wet in the morning, but I'll dry that out at lunch today probably. And yeah, I mean, the train went by, but not until like this morning, so that was okay. And I was already up by the time it was honking its horn, and there was a really bright street light, but I was in my tent. Like, I didn't think it was bad. You're supposed to pay a $10 fee to stay. It's like a donation. You do it online. The link didn't work, so I'll try that again later. The last like 2 days, I was like really like nervous and anxious, I guess. Just like I didn't know who was around me, and I don't know. Today I feel a bit better though. I think I know that there's some people around me. Apparently there's a ton. I think there's just a ton of hikers in the area, like maybe more than there was when I got off. Well, definitely more. So that's good. At least I know that. But I just feel like I don't have like the same confidence that I had when I got off. But I think I'll regain that. It's just gonna take me a minute. Got my new trekking poles here, trying out today for the first time. I got aluminum trekking poles this time because I had carbon fiber ones and they snapped. I mean, they made it like over 1,200 miles, so I probably could have gotten more, but on like the terrain farther north, I feel like I'm going to be putting a lot of trust in my trekking poles, and I don't know, I think it'd be kind of scary if it snapped again. So I got some trusty aluminum ones, which they weigh a bit more, so it's kind of a little awkward hiking with them. I'm sure I'll get used to it real quick, but like it just, you have to like lift more with your arm because they weigh a little more, but like it's a real small amount. And I'm still trying to get like the straps adjusted good, and I still have the tips on the bottom, which I didn't bring the tips from my other poles, just didn't use them. So I'm trying out tips on these because some people really like hiking with the little rubber ends on them. I don't know, so far I don't really like it, but I'm gonna give it a try for a little bit and see, and then maybe throw in my pack or just get rid of them. But yeah, the weather today is supposed to be pretty nice, and I think the sun's gonna be out good later. I think I'm gonna try to take a nice lunch break where I can dry out my tent, just because the condensation and dew and stuff got on it last night from setting up in the grass. I think the total ascent for today's hike that I have planned is a little over 4,000 feet of climbing, which isn't an insane amount over 22.6 miles. Like, that's actually not that much, but like compared to what there has been in Pennsylvania, that is a lot of climbing. There just hasn't been a ton of elevation gain in Pennsylvania so far, but today I'm going up the Pinnacle, so I think that might be where a lot of it is. But the Pinnacle is supposed to have the best view in Pennsylvania. This is kind of like an example of what the rocky sections look like. Some are a little bit worse than this, some are not as difficult, but it's just like, it just wears you down over time, and it's just kind of frustrating. There's a big pile of rocks over there, but we're not going up that yet. It's a bit rocky up here. It's okay. There was Pulpit Rock. I didn't spend a ton of time there because it was kind of crowded, but I'm like a little less than 2 miles from the pinnacle where I'm gonna stop, take a nice break. Arriving at the pinnacle. There was a lot of day hikers I saw Pulpit Rock, but I don't hear any here, but I hope there's some. I feel like I haven't seen too many people today, really at all. I get kind of lonely, even though I probably won't talk to anyone. I just like to, see people. At the pinnacle. Very cool. See a bunch of farmland and a bunch of birds flying around. I agree. I think it is the best view in Pennsylvania. Because I don't think there's been anywhere I've been able to see this far. I'm just now leaving my lunch spot there at the pinnacle. I think I took about like an hour lunch break, or maybe a little over. It felt really good to just sit there. I dried out my tent in the sun, aired out my feet, and just hung out. And there were some day hikers there. I didn't really talk to anyone, but it was good to just kind of have people around. I have about 12.5 miles, I think, to the shelter I want to head to tonight. And it's pretty rocky right here, but there's supposed to be kind of a section up ahead that's like a Jeep trail or something is what I heard. I don't know, it's supposed to be not real rocky and easier to walk on. So I'm looking forward to that if that is true. This is some nice trail right here, and I am very excited because I think it lasts kind of for a while. There's some sections of it that are a bit rocky, but nothing bad, and I'm very happy with it. This campsite down there looks like a little oasis. It looks so cool. Alright, so I just passed the little road crossing where you can go down to the elk wolf shelter. I was gonna run down there and just look and see what it looks like, but because it's supposed to be pretty nice, like, it's one of those ones that has like the caretaker next door and like has a solar shower and stuff. But it's kind of later than I thought it would be, and I still have like 7.5 miles to the shelter I want to get to. It's like almost 4 o'clock. It's like 3:40, and so I'm gonna keep going because if I stop there, I might get sucked in, and I'm trying to like get to Palmerton. So I'm gonna keep going. But I hiked for a little bit there with Blacksburg, who I had met in like Irvine, Tennessee, I think. Hadn't seen him since like Roan Mountain, so that was cool. See him again. I made it to the top of the big climb. Really wasn't that big, we just haven't done much climbing lately. So it felt big, but it wasn't too bad. And now it's like a little bit more leveled out. It's still going up a bit. It's not super rocky right here, which feels really good. I think I have about 5 miles to the shelter, and it's like 4:50 right now. So I'm definitely gonna get there before dark, but yeah, it's been a pretty good day. A nice view. So I'm sitting down. It's really rocky. I wasn't gonna take another break, but yeah, it's really rocky. There's this rock like wedged in the tree. I guess someone put it in there and then it grew in because now it's all like stuck. It's kind of cool. I mean, today's day 95, 94, 95, I don't know, it'll be on the screen. But there was nice easy terrain this morning. So I just did about 4 miles here, starting around like 7:45-ish because I got to camp really late last night because the terrain before camp last night was intense, and it just took me a really long time to hike. It was almost dark by the time I got my water. It was all set up. So this morning was a nice relief. And I'm almost to the Lookout Hostel, which I plan to stop at for maybe like 2 hours and see if I can buy some food so that I don't have to stop in Palmerton. And then I want to get a shower and laundry to do like a nice little reset just because it's been super hot and I just feel gross. But I'm not sure if you can do that if you're not a guest. So I'm just gonna ask and see how much it costs and everything. But yeah, the train this morning was nice and easy, so I called my family, talked to them on that, and that was good. 10 out of 10 for that. Nice train. I wish the whole trip was like that because it was nice, easy hiking. And yeah, I'm excited for this today. I think I'm doing about 17.5 miles total today. And I'm planning to meet with Bad Bat at the shelter I want to go to tonight, is where she said she's going to be. And I hiked with her for a couple days before the Shenandoahs, and then I lost her because she had family visiting. So I'm excited to see her again, maybe hike with her for a bit, so that'll be cool. I'm walking back to the trail from the hostel. The hostel's only like 0.1 off the trail and it was really nice. Spent maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours there. Took a shower, did some laundry, and kind of added to my resupply a little bit that I already had with me. And now I'm gonna head out. I think I have about 13 miles to the shelter I want to stop at. And I think it's gonna be kind of difficult terrain, but it's only like 11:15 right now. So I have a good amount of time. I'm gonna stop here in a little bit and have like a short little lunch break. But there's a big rocky section called the Knife's Edge coming up here soon, so I'm gonna get through that and then maybe take my break after it. It's so good to have clean clothes even though it's hot out, and it's only gonna get hotter this afternoon. I'll probably be all sweaty and gross again. Just like a nice reset. Because I'd only been out for like 3 nights, so I probably didn't really need that. But I think I had a rough day yesterday getting to camp, and it felt so good to get cleaned up this morning and just sit there and charge my phone and relax. I also was able to stop and I had pretty good service there, so I could email my college advisor and figure out the situation with registering for the classes that I wanted, because I was in the middle of getting all that figured out when I left home and came back out on the trail, so it was good to get all that situated. So I just hit enough watch hours to get my YouTube channel monetized. So I was trying to like fill out the forms and stuff for that to happen. It's still gonna take a while though because they have to like review my channel and stuff, but it's exciting. This here is the trail. This is where I have to go. This is where I've come from. Like endless rocks, and some of them are tippy too. You step on it and it like starts to, oh my gosh. This big rock pile there is what I just came down from. And then you go over there. That was the Knife's Edge, I think. It's stuff like this. I don't know how they expect you to get down because there's like all these steep rocks. And you kind of have to like butt scoot down. But there's a nice little view over there. Nice shady leafy spot here to have a little lunch break. I'm gonna keep it real short though because I kind of took a break at the hostel there for a bit. Look at these cool socks that I have. They came back out with. I got these to replace the Holy Hedgehog socks. They have little squirrels in them. They're darn tough. And then I'm wearing the Injinji liners today. I haven't worn them in a while, but I'm trying them again because I've been having issues with the bottoms of my feet rubbing. And so I'm hoping that Two-layers socks will like prevent that. I don't know. The Injinji socks caused me issues before though. So I'm going to try them today and just see how it goes. I'm up at the bake oven knob. Very cool. I had to take a little side trail to it, and it was a very rocky side trail. Also... These are the rest of the rocks I have to get through. I just came from over there. Everything's scooting on my butt and like going across some of these is difficult. I stopped at the bake oven knob shelter because I needed some water, but the water source that was close by was all dried up. There's another one further down to Blue Blaze that said it was 0.2, it was definitely not. And it was really steep and rocky and a lot of weeds. And it took me like a really long time. And I was really worn out after going down that because it was super steep back up. So I sat there for a while, had a snack, and hiking again. A little worried about the tent site options tonight. So I'm trying to get to the shelter to meet my friend. The issue is there's this giant tramway called the Magic School Bus, and they're all heading there. Well, it's like a 6-person shelter, which really means like 4. Plus, it's like really no tent sites except for like a little bit farther away. And apparently those are pretty small, and like there's a lot of them in this group. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. But I want to meet my friends, so I want to get there. But, yeah. And into Palmerton from here. It looks kind of cool. I'm here trying to get to the shelter. There's this giant rattlesnake right off to the trail, and it keeps rattling. I don't know how I'm supposed to get by, because it's like right on the trail, on the edge. And when I get close, it rattles. You can see its little thing right there. It's annoying and scary. You can see it crossing the trail. So I'm just gonna wait until it's across and long gone, and then I'm gonna run like the wind past this monster. Oh my gosh. This is scary. Slowly leaving. I don't trust that it's gonna go far. I'm kind of scared to like pass it. Yeah. There's this little tail going into the woods. Oh my god, that's terrifying.